Hey everyone, what is going on? Welcome back to another episode. Today we are talking about the Tier 11 units. Before we jump in, I wanted to take just a second and thank everybody, thank all the members, thank all the subs, thank all the Twitch subscribers. We have been smashing through donation goals. If you don't know what those are, join the Discord. That's always linked in below. But we got a lot of awesome things coming your way over the next month and a half. We're going to have the $100,000 giveaway along with some other giveaways that I will be letting you guys know over the course of the next month or two. But it's going to be an awesome fall going into winter. So keep an eye out, join the Discord, and let's have a lot of fun. Okay, now let's talk about the Tier 11 units. There is really not a big change whenever you compare the level 10 to level 11 as far as the overall power increase. You can see it's only about 200 power increase from 1647 to 1840. And if you look at the level 9 to level 10, you can see there is a pretty big jump here. That's almost 300 power. And if you look at the attack, HP, defense, the morale, troop load, obviously squad load, not a big deal, but the morale and everything else, those are the key factors. And you can see it's a pretty big jump from 9 to 10. However, the change from 10 to 11, like I said, is not big. The upgrades to tier 11 is what makes them so powerful. And we are barely scratching the surface here. I am about just shy of $400 in, and I am only about not even 50% of the way to unlocking these guys. So these are going to be pretty expensive to get unlocked. You can think of this as the gorilla, the overlord. So whenever you first get it, you have the training levels. You have to get all three of those, the HP, attack, and defense pieces up to 100 in order to unlock the gorilla to be able to put them on your team. This is kind of the same thing. You are getting stat increases for your team as you level these up. So that's another thing you can compare this with the gorilla to, is that you aren't just upgrading and just sitting on these upgrades until you actually use them, equip the tier 11s. You actually see an increase in power. I jumped up probably 400, 500,000 total hero power. My squads have jumped up a ton in power. I'm at 58,421 on my main squad. I was just at like 57.5, 57.6 just a few days ago. So I got a ton of power for my first, second, and third squad, obviously. All those jumped up a ton just because of the power increase. And like I said, I am only 50% through unlocking them. And then after that is huge. We got some massive changes. And this is probably close to what you would maybe think of like the gear, because you have the star upgrades. And they go from 1 star all the way up to 4 star. And so it's very similar to gear upgrades from there. As of right now, we have no idea what to expect for leveling these up. If it does follow the same trajectory from level 1, or sorry, the first piece to the second piece, the third piece, and the fourth piece to officially unlock these, we are looking around probably $1,200. Then after that, we have no idea. That is just to unlock them, which is this first stage here. And then you can see research all armaments to 1 star, which unlocks this next stage here. And these give you different stat increases. So similar to whenever you upgrade gear, you have different abilities for those different star levels. And this is kind of the same thing. And we'll just have to wait. It's going to take some time. It's going to be quite a while, probably a couple weeks, a few weeks, until we get these tier 11 troops unlocked and we start seeing what the other stuff looks like. We did have packs today, so I'll go into my purchases so you guys can see these. So these were the packs today that can be bought. The the daily packs that pop up right next to the hot deals, similar to like the drone day where you have the drone packs and things like that. This is the new ones for build day. It's nice you still get resources. That's huge. It's good to still get resources so it doesn't take away from build day in total. You don't have speed ups anymore. but you do get a lot of resources. On top of that, you're getting a ton of the materials that you need for leveling these guys up. And so I bought out everything. It was around I think it was $185, maybe $180. I'm pretty sure it was $185. But so these are all the packs, and then this was the packs that were bought yesterday. These are $50 each. These packs right here, and so $200 plus the other $185 that was spent today. It got me to, I would say, probably 100% on the first one, and then probably up to 60% on the armor piece. And then the rest of it I got from actually attacking the boss. So we'll go in here. You can see, we got in training. I should probably have done that last night. As you can see, there's several different pieces of land here. We did restricted level 1, level 2, and now we're on level 3. There is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 levels. And if you think about it, even VIP 18s are stuck on level 3. So the amount of power we're going to have to get from that armament tree is going to be insane. We thought the gorilla was really, really impactful. I think this new armament stuff is going to be so much stronger than that. People's power is just going to shoot through the roof as they get these guys unlocked, as more packs become available. And so we'll go ahead here and I'll show you. So we'll start this, and then you'll get this just these loot rewards every 24 hours. This will run for 24 hours. You got to start it again. It's kind of annoying that it has like a stop time to it. I wish it would just continue to run through. But you have a chance to get different things randomly. So you have the random encounters for 15 of these materials, and you still get the campaign medals. And then below that, there's these cores, and then the chests here too. So similar to what you get whenever you win the campaign fights, you get these chests. So you're still getting the original campaign stuff, but then on top of it, you have these random challenges that pop up. You click on these, and there's going to be a lot of different ones. You have ones that just happen naturally. You get to, just by having this thing run idly, you'll complete these events. Other things, they'll ask you to, say, farm, so you'll have to go out and collect resources, or you'll have to like trade either Valor badges or Universal Hero shards for different things. I don't think we've seen everything that is available yet because we just got this the other day. So we've only had about 24 hours now to really go through this and see what rewards and different things pop up. But it's pretty good stuff. I mean, you're always going to try to get this armament material right now, or the cores. So whatever you're trading, just trade it in, because you want to get this stuff as fast as you can. Everything else you're going to get over time from, whatever the daily tasks or whatever anyway. So trade it in, collect these armament, the new materials, and then move on. Certainly the biggest piece of this is the boss challenge, and this is where the unit power comes into play. If your unit power is not higher than this boss here, you will automatically lose. It doesn't matter how close you are. If you do not exceed this boss, you will not pass it. So you can see I am only about 16,000 short. I go ahead and fight, and you'll see I will lose. We go and attack now, and I die. So it's just a pure, math equation. If you're stronger, you win. If you're not, you lose. There's no like try and try again to pass it. It won't happen. So let's talk about unit power, because like I said, this is the biggest piece of the game. You're going to get a ton of rewards by beating these bosses, and this is how you can level up either, for free, or if you are a spender, you still need to defeat these bosses to get a lot of these items here, like the cores and the armament materials. Because you could think about this, that is just for one level, and there's 50 levels, so those rewards times 50, that's how many more levels you can do, or increases you can do to your armament. So you want to push this as fast as you can, as early as you can. And unit power is calculated by your actual hero or unit level. So if you have tier 10 troops, if you have tier 10 troops, these are your base stats. If you have tier 11 troops, these are your base stats. So jumping from tier 10 to tier 11, that's going to give you quite a big power jump in there. But nobody has those yet. So what are the ways you can level this up here? And this is based on your biggest march size for a team. So your first squad, whatever that is, how many ever units you can carry there is what is calculated here. So if my first squad can carry 3,111 units, then that is what is in here. So if there's a way you can move heroes around to increase this number, then do that. So I might have to move some heroes around in my team to put the best heroes on my team with the biggest troop capacity so we can get this number up here. But outside of that, the only other thing you can do is go into your tech centers and level up your unit tech. Make sure that all of your attack, HP, defense, all that stuff is maxed out in the unit tree and special forces tree. Make sure you have all the HP, attack, defense, morale, all that stuff maxed out in here. As you can see, I'm going back, I'm finishing this one up. I only have one left in here I forgot about. And then going back into this tree, there's a couple more in here. So I'm gonna fly through these this week because these actually add quite a bit to my unit power. It's 1.5 per level. And that's it. Those are the only ways to get power for your units outside of your mastery for your troop capacity. And this is why I was talking about the mastery trees, because if you don't have these leveled up, you're not carrying as many troops. And if you can carry more troops, this is 2 here and then another 2 up here. That is 4 per unit times 5. That's 20 additional units. And that's going to give you a lot more power to allow you to push through these levels on the boss challenge here. If you go into this thinking, hey, I'm a VIP 17, I'm a VIP 18, I have all this stuff unlocked, I got a level 250 drone, whatever it is, you can talk about it all day, but most players are going to end up in the same place. Everybody's going to be stuck in level 3 for the longest time because, like I said, there's only so many things that affect the troop levels. If you're maxed out on the gorilla and you come over here in your promotion and you have this guy just absolutely maxed out as high as you can get him currently, obviously you're going to be able to carry a lot more units than other players. But most VIP 18s that I know still have not beat level 40 or gotten into level 4 except for maybe last night. So let's check it. Yeah, we still got a lot of people that are stuck at level 3. It is just so hard, which leads me to believe that the power increase we get for these levels, not only that, but then also these have to be absolutely massive because we still have another 7 more areas to go. So if this is the only way we're getting power, that tells me that these upgrades have to be just insane in order to get through all the restricted areas in here. And I'm not going to go into great detail about how much material this stuff costs. If you want to, people have already put together kind of speculations as far as what they believe the total cost for these different materials will be to get everything unlocked. We have no idea what the other stuff looks like yet, so obviously that stuff is going to come in the future. But just for just a heads up here, everything is going to cost the new materials, these armament materials and the cores, until you get to level 99, and then it's going to cost all that stuff plus 1.2 million oil. So not an absurd amount of oil like some people were thinking it might be, but again, these are just the base levels. The oil might be a bigger factor when we're talking about the star upgrades. And so that's going to give you a ton of time to save up because it's going to take a few weeks to get these things unlocked. I mean, we're at $400 here. We're not even at 200% between these two items, and we still got these two to go. And it's like the gorilla, they increase slightly, but it's every 50 levels. So 1 through 50 is a set amount for the increase. So it's this 12,000 right here. It was 10,000 from 1 to 50, then it jumped up to 12,000. And so that's not too bad. My guess is these are going to be probably around like 16,000 per upgrade, and it might jump up to like 20,000. But we'll see. We'll have to wait and see what that looks like. Overall, though, not crazy as far as, at least it's not an insane increment increase like the gorilla was, like every 20 levels or whatever, it was jumping up. So this seems to be a little more easier to get through to calculate what the increases are going to be. Overall, I am pretty excited about this. I like how it's not just, hey, unlock it, use it. There's going to be some steps to it. There's going to be some levels to it. So you continue to get power out of these. It's kind of like another research. It's going to take time. You're just going to level these things up at another pace. So you can still do your research. You don't have to worry about research labs taking up, these taking up space in your research lab. You're able to save up and then upgrade these as time goes on. And you can then, whenever we get these next levels unlocked, we'll be able to see what all this stuff looks like. And then figure out, what is the best? Is it best to use the attack or the defense version of these guys too? So just a lot to figure out. I'm looking forward to it. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about this? Obviously, it's a huge paywall. Free-to-play players, you're going to be stuck waiting for a while for tier 11 troops, unfortunately. However, we don't know if there is going to be some kind of pass, kind of like the Gorilla Pass, or some kind of event, like a bingo event, like we see in a couple different releases, and like Black Market. If you guys have seen Black Market yet, there's a bingo event in there. So we don't know if there's going to be something like that, if there's going to be some updated secret mobile stuff to get these materials. So all that stuff, they may add in the future here to help free-to-play players. But for right now, you're maybe sitting at like 60% or something like that, just on the helmet. And that is it for this one, guys. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.